Hey collaborators, Logan here with this week's episode on how to fix your website based on a Google Lighthouse audit. Today, I'm going to get into more specifics on how to fix a few things inside of the performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO tabs. Last week, we kind of went over what all this stuff means, and now we're going to dive into it a little deeper. So let's get started. Today, we're using a client's website audit, one of our clients, but we blocked out the identifying data. First is performance. Now, unfortunately, performance is not something that you're necessarily going to be able to do on your own. You're probably going to need a web developer to handle a lot of this stuff. We're going to skip over the first part. But the next part under accessibility is where we can really start to do things that you could maybe handle on your own. So first up is contrast. So making sure that your background and foreground colors are different enough. So you can go and you can change, text colors, font colors. You can usually, adjust your own background color, whether it's the theme color or you can actually go into the HTML and adjust the tone of the background, find something else that works for you. The best practices here, we have ID attributes on the page are not unique. So each image, each button is going to have its own ID. So you want to make sure that each one is unique, that none of them are the same or copying each other. That way Google and people know what's happening with those names and labels. So you want to make sure that your iframe elements also have their own unique titles. And then form elements. So if you've got a contact form and there's, you've got first name, last name, email address, yada, yada, yada. Each one of those inputs has to have its own label associated with it. So it should actually physically appear either inside the box or above it. So go in and make sure that those are input in your form maker. And then make sure that any link also has a discernible name, that it's not just click here or a logo that you're supposed to click. It needs to have a name as well. Under best practices, we've got links to cross-origin destinations are unsafe. So any link that's going out of your website really should have a no opener tag on it. That way it opens in a separate window and it doesn't affect the websites, don't affect each other, the processes in the browser. So JavaScript libraries. So these are something that you're going to have to update fairly often. It might not be something that you want to handle on your own. It can break things unexpectedly, but usually on WordPress or another CMS, you're going to be able to update that JavaScript library right within your CMS. The aspect ratio on your images. So this is something that, people are looking at your images on different browser. You need to be able to adjust that with the responsiveness of the website. Now, lastly, under SEO, on this one, we passed all the audits, but you want to make sure that your WordPress or Weebly are going to have an SEO spot for you to add titles and meta descriptions. You might have a plugin like Yoast on WordPress, but make sure that every page and blog has a title, has a meta description that are probably set up. Make sure that the page is not blocked from indexing. So get your website in Google Search Console, get your domain, and then you can see what pages are, if they are any, blocked from Google crawling them and why. And then you can go in and fix that. And then it'll also check under SEO here if there are any unwanted plugins. So any plugins that Google is flagging as poor plugins are going to be flagged as well. So, well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please like and share a video with your friends if you learned anything. If you didn't learn anything, ask us a follow-up question below and we'll answer as soon as we can. So also be sure to subscribe and you'll get the latest Marketing Monday every week.